All right, so to get started, there are a few things that you'll need. First and foremost, you're going to need a software called SourceMogul. SourceMogul is a no-brainer for beginners. It's easy to learn, it's easy to use, and it's going to spoon feed you profitable products to resell on Amazon extremely quickly. Now, there's a free trial linked for you so that you can use it without spending a dime on it, just to see if you like it, which obviously, after watching this course and testing it yourself, I already know you will, but I want you to be able to make that decision for yourself. And that's where the free trial comes in. No strings attached, and you can obviously cancel at any time. I sound like a part owner of the company. I've literally just used it, like, I don't even know, like 5 or 6 years from now. So I believe in it. I've used it for drop shipping and obviously online arbitrage and pretty much everything Amazon. The second tool that you're going to need is Seller Sprite. Again, I feel just as strongly about this tool. I've only been using this one in replacement of some of the other ones that we'll actually cover that you don't need here in a second. But I've been using Seller Sprite for about a year now. I've developed a great relationship with the company, and it is mind-blowing how powerful this tool is, how cheap it is, and how many other softwares that it actually cuts out, right? So if you're on an Amazon listing, you can use Seller Sprite to see all the relevant data about that product and that listing to make an extremely informed decision on whether or not that product is a good one to buy or not. It's going to show you the monthly sales over time, the daily sales over time, the price fluctuations over time, the inventory over time for specific sellers in Amazon, right? And the trend of pretty much everything on that listing ever, as well as provide you an on-listing profit calculator so you know exactly how much you're going to make if you buy that product with the intention to resell it. And that is literally just the tip of the iceberg for this tool. Now, it is super cheap, like I said. I can't recommend it enough. It's going to replace all the other expensive softwares that most other Amazon sellers will recommend to you simply because they probably get an affiliate kickback when you sign up for that expensive software and they get a cut back in their wallet, right? But you don't need to do that. Seller Sprite will replace expensive things like Keepa, Helium 10, Jungle Scout, AMZ Scout Calculator, and the list literally goes on and on. This takes all the guesswork out of determining whether or not a product is profitable. Instead of guessing based on bestseller ranks, you'll have real data over time to see the full picture of a product and to better inform your decision on whether or not to purchase. This tool is going to save you a ton of time and make you a ton of money. Just like SourceMogul, there's also a completely free trial linked to test it out before you actually have to commit to it. Now, you'll also need a repricer. There are a lot of repricers out there ranging from cheap to expensive, but I'd recommend starting with the free repricer in Seller Central. While it of course doesn't offer all the bells and whistles that more expensive repricers do, you don't need all that when you're just starting out. The free repricer will help you stay competitive for the buy box so that you can get more sales. And of course, in the future, you can obviously upgrade to a better one, but it is not needed, especially in the beginning. The last thing that you want to do when you're starting a business, especially an online arbitrage business, is to cut into your profit margins and invest into things that you don't need, like this software, in my opinion. The free repricer in Seller Central is effective enough. It probably does like 95% of the things that the other ones will do, and it's going to then allow you to reinvest more of your profit back into more products to make you more money and not on a software that is not needed. Now, SourceMogul and Seller Sprite are very much needed, but a repricer in the beginning is not. Again, just use the free one in Seller Central. Now, another great free tool that's going to help you a ton is one that's a free Chrome extension. It's called Online Seller Add-on. Essentially, what it's going to do is show you how many sellers are on that listing and how much inventory they have in FBA, FBM, whether it's new inventory or used inventory. And this is especially helpful for things like online arbitrage, where you'll be competing with other sellers for the buy box. Knowing how much inventory those other sellers have will then give you an edge to better allow you to know how many products to source when you're making that purchasing decision. And don't worry if any of this is going in one ear and out the other. That's totally fine. We're going to deep dive into all these in future tutorials, but I just want to kind of give you an overview of exactly what you're going to need, all the software in one place so you have an overview understanding. Now, you're also going to want to ship your products into FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon. And while this isn't required, I highly recommend doing it because it's going to give you a better chance to win the buy box. One of the things on top of price is the first one. And again, there's a lecture on this as well. But the second thing right behind price is availability to the customer, or in layman's terms, how fast your products can get to each customer when they order it. Those two main things decipher who gets the buy box when sellers compete. And so shipping your products into FBA will help you get the buy box because they will get to customers faster. And it'll also, on top of that, put the shipping and logistic metrics onto Amazon, not you, which is going to help you a ton for those important things like your seller metrics when you're just starting. Now, finally, I'd recommend using Rakuten for cashback. There are tons of other cashback portals out there like Honey, Capital One, and there's a bunch of others. But Rakuten, after using all of them for like 4 or 5 years now, hands down, Rakuten is the best. It's going to give you the most cashback on the most websites. That is anecdotal. I haven't run like any tests, but I've been using them all obviously for a long time. Rakuten is hands down the best. It's my favorite cashback portal, and it works with almost every online arbitrage website that you will be sourcing from. It's going to give you anywhere from 1% to 16% cashback on your purchases, which adds up very quickly. And this is extra money for money that you're already going to be spending anyway, so you might as well use it. Now, I've earned literally thousands and thousands of dollars in cashback over time with Rakuten. It is also completely free to use, so it's not like you need to pay to sign up for it. And if you want to sign up for it, it'll be linked with a $30 bonus for you when you do. Now, with all these tools, you can start finding profitable products and scale your business quickly. You can turn whatever amount of money that you're starting out with into a lot more with consistent flips, and that is exactly what you'll learn to do in the coming tutorials.